Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. Let us check out the latest developments on all things Star Citizen. As always, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members, in particular to my latest channel members being JP Sandman, Critical Mass, Jimmy K, Warren, Dionysius, Rhino, Thomas P, Chabawaki, and Landed Falcon. Thank you so much for the support, it is truly appreciated. So it has been a little while since I put out an update video regarding all things Star Citizen. There has been quite a few new patches, updates on 4.0, things coming in 4.0, 3.2.4.3 has released, so there is a lot to run through. But before we get to all that, the TOBII Tracker 5 is on a 20% off sale right now, which is the best price that I've seen it at in a long while. I cannot recommend this device enough. I use it every time I jump into Star Citizen, and following that link in the description will take you to that deal, plus any purchase made using the link does support my channel with a direct kickback, and a big thank you to those of you who have done so already. Right, let us kick off with updates to Alpha 4.0. Now, since the previous 4.0 Wave 1 build was taken down on Monday, I think it was, Cloud Imperium have been working on a new 4.0 build, and on Wednesday it was stated that they have a new build in the works, that they have put in a load of new networking and stability improvements, along with inclusions for more of the 3.2.4.3 ships, as well as some updates that people will love for some older ships, with them saying that Mark Gibson gave the Carrack some love for the next publish. Now, firstly, it is great to hear that the next 4.0 build we get will have a ton of networking and stability improvements, as this is, of course, greatly important, but also, I don't know what it means for the Carrack. Now, I really hope and assume that this means the Carrack's cargo bay doors will now open, allowing players to finally use the cargo bay properly. That is just a guess on my part. I don't know, of course, until they tell us, but I don't see what else it could be referring to. Fingers crossed that is the case, because I know a lot of Carrack owners have been dying for that option. Now, unfortunately, the new 4.0 build that was intended to release last night has been rescheduled to today as they work through some blocking issues. So I really hope that they can get this out today, as I am dying to jump back into 4.0 and exploring Pyro, especially if they have more stability and networking improvements, as that would be wonderful. Of course, I will keep you all up to date as to what happens, and here's hoping we have a new 4.0 build, a really stable 4.0 build, to see us through the weekend. Now, talking of Alpha 4.0, we finally have confirmation of a wipe coming for the release of 4.0 to the live servers. Now, it was posted by Cloud Imperium that all 3 pillars of the long-term persistent database will be wiped, which include Reputation, Alpha UEC Wallet, and any items that you have bought in-game. Now, they say that this will be essential to support the major updates coming in this milestone patch and help them push for a stable, balanced gameplay experience upon the live release. Now, for Reputation, this will be reset to prepare for the upcoming updates to missions, guilds, and more advanced systems, and to effectively implement these updates, they need to clear all previous progress to ensure a smoother experience across the board. The economy, obviously, is one key factor driving the need for a wipe, as over time wealth has accumulated, which will need to be reset to continue balancing the various economic-based systems, and resetting the wallet will provide the info they need surrounding player habits, helping them to refine the economy as they continue to roll out new social and economic features. And as we know, Alpha 4.0 is bringing probably the biggest economy update that this game has seen. Also, with the introduction of a second solar system, they say Pyro requires a fresh items database to ensure every player experiences these new updates smoothly, helping them to track how we discover and use items, providing valuable insights for future releases. But, as always, account-bound items like pledge ships, subflare, and rewards will remain intact, and from 4.0 onwards, they will only perform wipes when absolutely necessary, making them as infrequent as possible. So I think most of us kind of assumed there would be a full wipe for 4.0. This will possibly be the last one for a long while though, which is going to be really interesting to see how this impacts our mindsets going into 4.0. But personally, I am glad that we are having a wipe, as this sets me up nicely to progress from a clean slate. But thankfully, we have an answer, we know what's happening, there is going to be a full wipe for Alpha 4.0. Now moving on to Alpha 3.24.3, as I am sure most of you are aware, this patch was the IAE patch on the EPTU and has been released to live now, so replacing the previous 3.24.2 build, which happened on the 20th of November. Now this brought with it quite a few new updates, like the Star Map Objectives panel, which adds the option to view all accepted or tracked contracts in the Contract Manager and track or untrack them while in the star map, and clicking on them I believe is supposed to direct you to the objective location in the star map. So a really great quality of life improvement there that will make managing our contracts, navigating around for those contracts, so much easier and smoother. Now for ships, as we know, they have added the Polaris, the Starlancer Max, the Medical Anvil Terrapin and the Crusader Intrepid, but it also mentions that there has been an update and polish pass done to the Anvil Terrapin in the patch notes. Now I presume this is actually referring to the base Terrapin, not just the new one, which if that is the case, then that is great news. I don't think it's a full gold standard pass, it might just be a bit of a polish pass, but either way, any updates to old ships are definitely a good thing. Plus, the MISC Prospector has had a full dash rework, which I am yet to see. I will hopefully check that out on stream today, so be sure to check my stream out from 2 PM GMT onwards. Very intrigued to see what that looks like. They have also brought in the PDCs, or Point Defense Cannons, for the appropriate ships that use them. And these don't just target hostile missions, they target bombs, torpedoes, as well as hostile ships. So they're almost like auto turrets, which are pretty damn cool, especially when you see them in action. Now also for ships, there is a ton of new balancing and updates, like all quantum fuel values being updated to fit the designated archetypes and ranges. This will actually be majorly impactful when in Pyro, so be sure to test your ship's range while you're in Stanton before taking it to Pyro, otherwise you may end up stuck in the middle of nowhere. Plus there is quite a lot of graphical updates, like full screen mode now works more like full screen borderless, which I believe someone told me clashes with DLSS upscaling, although it does say here that it works with DSR and can be combined with temporal upscaling, but also the minimum resolution of DLSS has been lowered from 1080p to 720p. Now I'm not sure what impact all of this has. If you do know, feel free to pop that in the comments below, please. There is a new console command option for 3.24.3, which adds a GPU graph so you can monitor your system's performance more. Plus, there has been further server and networking performance optimizations, ship and vehicle physics network and server performance optimizations. They have added new logic to trigger ship destruction if the physics threshold is exceeded, which they say should help with ships vibrating and intersecting for long periods, causing large physics performance hits on the server. There has been more render-to-texture performance polish, further weapon particle GPU performance improvements, further entity spawner reliability improvements, server physics entity rotation performance improvements, and they have reduced the audio mix volume of planetary winds. So quite a bit, alongside a massive amount of bug fixes, client and server crash fixes, and deadlock fixes, and more. So a decent little patch there, which I have yet to try myself. Hopefully things are better than the 3.24.2 build. I will be jumping on 3.24.3 today, not just over on Twitch, as I do now dual stream to both Twitch and YouTube. It's been a long time coming as that, and you are all more than welcome to join on either, be that Twitch or YouTube. It is a pleasure to see all of you people from YouTube now in my stream chat. Thank you for joining us. But whether you are a new backer, an old backer, or on the fence about whether you want to pledge or not, by all means stop by, you are all welcome. I'm still getting YouTube Live set up properly to get it on par with Twitch, but we are getting there. Now there is also a free fly on the way, kicking off today in fact, most likely around 4 or 5 PM GMT, so keep an eye out for that one, and if you are unsure whether you want to take the plunge or not, try the free fly first. You don't have to spend a penny. That will help you decide whether playing the Star Citizen Alpha is for you or not. Also, there is something new coming called the IAE Academy, which will give you a collection of missions to complete to earn special rewards, which I will certainly be doing myself. Cannot wait to see how that works. I think it's more for onboarding new players, but if you can earn some exclusive things, then I want them. But that is all I have for you today. As I say, hopefully we get news of a 4.0 Wave 1 patch tonight, and hopefully things are a lot more stable, a lot more smooth, and from there, they can start rolling through the other patch waves. But with that said, if you do enjoy my videos, please do consider subscribing and helping the channel to grow. A link to my Twitch channel is also provided below, so if you would prefer to watch on Twitch versus YouTube Live, it is your decision. You are more than welcome to join either, or just keep an eye out here on YouTube. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays between 2 and 6 PM GMT. And it does now also auto-post the VOD here on YouTube, which I know many have asked me to do in the past, and now streaming live on YouTube does kind of kill two birds there, so that is a big benefit. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind, it does the channel a big favour, and tick that notification bell if you'd like to be notified when my videos go live. Again, a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members. Cannot do it without you guys, so thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.